We're live. We're live. Hi, everyone. My name is Fallon Smith from Mindful Kids Coaching, and today I'm with Kasey Dutra-Ley. Hello. We got to get closer for the Instagram. We're good for the Facebook. We're going to be switching back and forth because we're on Instagram and Facebook, and it's our first live, so bear with us. Kasey and I have known each other for quite a while. We both have been involved in childhood development for all of our careers. Kasey is an occupational therapist and currently the director of Enrich Play Learn here in San Francisco. Do you want to explain what Enrich Play Learn is?
Yeah, Enrich Play Learn is a multi-enrichment program for kids ages 2 to 7. We're located in Cow Hollow, and we offer several programs to supplement your child's natural development. In the mornings, we have 2 classes from 9 to 11. They're for kids that are ages 2 to 3, so that's a preschool prep class. So if your kid kind of just needs that bridge between home and school, then they would come here as a preschool prep. And then we have a Tuesday, Thursday class from 9 to 11. That's for kids that are 3 to 5, and that's kind of just a supplementary enrichment program. But most of those kids are already in preschool. And then we also offer some social skills groups in the afternoons. We have school holiday camps. So school holidays and summer camp, and we do a bunch of other stuff here too, like date nights and some birthday parties.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and it's super helpful because then your population is a little younger than mine, so once they get to elementary school, we can really see and tell the children who have had these experiences beforehand versus have never been in a school setting or in a room with other children and how to manage that. So I think these programs and Enrich Play Learn is really important to expose your children to. And today, Kasey is going to talk about how to help your child develop their sensory processing, which is super important. I love occupational therapy, and I think kids benefit so much from it. And you can do some of these activities at home that we want to share with you that we think are really important and will benefit your child and your family as a whole. So let's get started.
Yeah, so I'm a parent myself. I have a 2-year-old at home, and I think something that I come across as an OT and as a parent is just what can I do at home with my kid that's going to encourage, support, excel their development. And really, like, what can we do at home without having to go out and buy all these stuff and all this stuff and having to like construct just easy stuff. These kids don't need very much. And so like Fallon was saying, your sensory system, that's really the foundation to everything that we are. You need a solid sensory system to be able to really do anything. And what I mean by sensory system is way beyond vision and hearing and taste. There's other parts of your sensory system that are super, super important that we need to develop early on so that these kids have this foundation that they can build on to then develop physical skills, cognitive, behavioral, language. I just wanted to go over one of the systems. It's your tactile system. We all know your sense of touch. The tactile system is super, super, super important for development. It's one of the first systems that we start exploring as an infant. So if you observe infants, you watch them kind of, they'll change towards sound or light. But touch is something that they'll also respond to, and you can start off very simple, just with a very, like, even with a newborn, just rubbing their hand or getting their hand with like lotion or napkins or whatever. That's already right there, starting the process of developing the tactile system. And then as we get older, our tactile system relates very closely to our hand development. And as we get older and into school, so Fallon can speak a little bit to what is needed in schools for her age group, but kids need to be able to use their hands. Grip strength, grasp, being able to write, even being, writing is kind of not as important as it used to be from a teaching standpoint in school. A lot of kids are now typing and
we do want to see the handwriting though, and we do offer typing if it is a hindrance, but the grip is really important, and we're noticing a lot, especially in kindergarten, due to iPads and things like that, that children are not do not come with that skill of holding a pencil or a crayon, and they're just not doing that as much. So we encourage a lot of doing that at home before they come to kindergarten.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that we need to refocus our focus on, because aside from just the physical and motor and the strength part of it, handwriting, there's so much that goes into handwriting. It goes way beyond just being able to hold a pencil. It really relates to reading and spatial awareness and being able to just understand where your body is in space. But we'll get into that. But anyway, the tactile system is one of the systems that relates to your hand, because in order to be able to feel the pencil or pick up a pencil, you need to feel the pencil. So it's important to start developing that system as young as you can. And some ways to do that, it's really just get messy. If you're home with your toddler, infant, toddler, whatever, just let them get messy. That could be playing just in water, put some water toys in the sink and plug the sink. That could be getting some shaving cream on the table and letting them go wild on the shaving cream. Sandbox play, it's great. Going for a walk outside and putting our hands in dirt, picking up sticks, talking about what we're doing. Just getting messy, any way that you can get messy. Finger paints, there's some other ideas like stickers, just get messy. It's going to be one of the best things and most important things you can do for your child. And as a parent, you're like, that was easy.
I know, and I think that's really hard for parents, because it's a lot on you to keep it contained enough so it doesn't, get on your couch, or, so it's also like, okay, how, lay out a garbage bag on top of the shaving cream so it's an easy cleanup. But it is super important, because we do also have some kids that at school are like, what do I do? And we're like, it's okay, it's just marker, you're gonna be fine. So we also have to encourage parents to it's okay, and that turns into not OCD, but a lot of challenges with things not going their way, or having that control of, you're going to get stuff on your hands in school, you're going to get glue on your hands, and be comfortable with those different feelings. So it starts very young.
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of these kids that are super resistant towards touch or towards any kind of sensation on their hand. And that's just going to really hinder their ability to explore with their hands and learn. Our hands are a gateway to so much learning.
Totally.
And then we have those kids that, they don't like to get dressed. They don't like to have a blanket on them. They have all these major sensitivities towards tactile input. So start early, get messy.
Great. Yes, and you can also include that with them doing chores, like washing the dishes and participating.
Definitely. With the toddler age, so the 3 to 5, even 6-year-olds, they love to help. They want to be useful. They want to feel independent. They want mom and dad to appreciate them, and they want to be included. So help them help you.
Yeah.
Cooking is one activity that we all have to do at some point, whether it's baking muffins or just making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Cooking is a very easily accessible activity that you can do at your home with your toddler. And it requires a lot of skill. So they're going to get messy. And it's a controlled activity. They don't have to go wild and get super messy, but they'll get their hands in things, and that's good. But there's also stirring involved. There's bilateral coordination involved if you're making sandwiches. There's some cutting involved. So there's fine motor coordination. There's a lot of things that go into cooking. So cook with your kid. Have them, if you have some kind of stool, well, for my daughter, we call it a helper, but it's just this wooden structure that's kind of like a step stool, but then it has a bar on the back so that she doesn't, and so she is at the counter, so she's eye level with me, and she's at the counter, and she helps me cook all the time. And one of her favorite things to do is just kind of stir or whatever it may be. Stirring is such a great activity. We were talking about handwriting a little bit, and stirring really works on your core strength, your proximal strength, so that's the strength of your shoulders, and then of course your hand strength. And those 3 things are really, really needed to be able to sit at the table and follow a lesson, write whatever it is needed to write. So stirring is really, really great. But yeah, cook with your kid. Get messy, cook with your kids.
Yes. I support all of that, and I think having your children start early participating in family functions, whether it's, you know, putting the socks together for laundry or doing things like that. I think it develops those skills and also develops that capability, which is so important, as well as knowing that like you're needed in this family, like you're a participant and you're helping. And if you start that young, it's not going to be a challenge when you ask them to do the dishes when they're 8, because they've been doing it since they were 2.
Yeah, and then the purpose of doing the dishes changes then, right? You're like, you need to do the dishes because that's your chore, and that's what you need to do. But when they're younger, it's something fun. They don't know that that is a chore.
Yeah,
and they really like it. So yeah.
And water, I mean, still water and washing dishes is my favorite because it is like a sensory thing for me too. Yeah. So I definitely feel that where I'm like, oh, this calms me. It
and anything, chores are structured, right? Yeah. Like there's the beginning and there's an end. And this age group, 2 to 5, 2 to 7, they thrive off structure. So an activity that they know is going to end and that they know they're producing something is really helpful to calming them.
Right.
And giving them that anchor where they're like, okay, I know I can do this for 3 minutes. That's all I have.
Yeah. And building that esteem for them too, and that capability, which is so important, where you're trusting them and showing them that they are capable people, which we want for all our children, which is awesome.
Yeah. Another activity that I was thinking about, and this is a little bit higher level, or it's just for kiddos that are a little bit older. So not the infant newborn.
Right.
It would be, I would say, 2.5, 3 would be the youngest. But and this is like something that's a little bit more specific, but you have all the materials at home to do it.
Right.
I call it an animal parade. It could be anything. Anyway, what you would do is most kids have like some animals at home, right? Whether that's smaller stuffed animals or like, you know, little figurines. At our house, we have a lot of finger puppets.
Right.
So we have these little finger puppets.
Awesome.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So this is a monkey.
Monkey.
And so I have a bunch of these, and you can first just talk about what the animal is, do animal sounds, do animal walks. So, you know, this is all stuff that's related to your sensory system, but now we're working a little bit more on the skills like fine motor and gross motor skills that are then going to translate to other things. So first it's getting the sensory system there, the foundation there, and then build on the sensory system to actually produce some skill that you can use.
Right.
So animal walks, right? So we have a monkey. Let's talk about the monkey. Let's make the monkey sound. And then let's walk like a monkey. And you can go through with all the animals and talk about them in that way. And then you can just get a piece of paper. And so this is something that I'm doing with my kids right now at Enrich Play Learn. So I have this piece of paper with a bunch of different colored lines. So this alone is teaching colors.
Right.
You're looking.
Let me show the Instagram too. Beautiful.
So this is just, this alone is teaching colors, and then kids, you know, having to look at lines that are more than just a straight line is an eye exercise, right? And then that helps with reading. So if they're looking at this, they're looking at the curved line, and then they're learning with this to start going left to right.
Cool.
Okay, so that's a precursor to reading. So you're going to teach them with these animals to start doing things left to right. And so what I do with the animals after we talk about them, we walk like them, we sound like them, yada yada, we'll take an animal and I'll say, okay, like put the monkey on the red line. And then you just start lining the animals up all along the lines. So, yeah. So we put the monkey on the red line, right? And so this is on a flat surface, and then the duck goes on the red line, and then the lamb goes on the red line, and then yada yada yada, and then you follow the line all the way to the end.
Oh, cool. And that's great for tracing and
tracing, totally. So you're doing left to right tracking. You're doing a fine motor thing with your hands. Talking about coloring lines, learning lines, and learning curves. That teaches you letters. So that's how you start learning what goes into writing a letter. All letters have lines and curves. That's all they need. So this is kind of like a pre-writing activity.
Right. Yeah, that's great.
This actually, and just a way to grade it. So this I do with my 3-year-olds, and then this I do with my 5-year-olds.
You make it longer.
Yeah. Right. And then you can do it. You know, you can categorize too. So you can just do animals that belong in the sea.
Right.
you know, so then they can start learning about different animals and where they live. So yeah, this is a great activity that can be adapted to many ages, and a lot goes into it.
Yes.
And you can use it for many, many, many years, and you have all this stuff.
Yes, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Simple, super simple. So to recap everything, get some shaving cream. Don't be afraid to use it. Other sensory things would be like play-doh,
sand,
and there's kinetic sand now that you can order, so it kind of stays a little more contained.
yeah, that's really
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Kinetic sand or magic sands. There's like that foam ball sticky stuff that's great.
Slime.
Water beads.
Oh yeah.
Super easy, accessible. We do that here all the time. Yeah,
that's great.
So those are easy things at home.
Okay.
Water, just you know, just playing in water.
And the same for bathtub. And then cooking, stirring, getting your child involved in activities at home, whatever that is, knowing that that's going to help them not only develop their fine motor skills, their gross motor skills, but also become part of the family, take a role as a capable person in that family who has responsibility, which is amazing and so needed because that translates to elementary school when they're part of the classroom and they have jobs. So that's really helpful. And then, of course, the animal parade, which I think is awesome. I learned so much already about how reading starts and everything. So it starts right from the beginning, and it's just so important to know that you don't need a lot of stuff to help your child. Just be with your child, support them, and have fun. That's most important. Thank you so much, Kasey, for all these wonderful tips. We really appreciate it. And check out Enrich Play Learn if you're in the San Francisco area. It's a wonderful program, and they offer so much. So we're so grateful to have them here in the city. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody. Okay. Let's see here. Do I want to end this live video? Yes, we do. See you later.